Amy Sherman from MLive and Michigan's Best, and we continue our podcast series focusing on Michigan Sugar, makers of Pioneer Sugar. And today I'm excited to introduce to you Miss Elizabeth Taylor, who is the Ag Relations and Communications Manager with Michigan Sugar. Elizabeth, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to talk to you because you guys are doing a kind of cool program that people can actually experience the process of Michigan Sugar firsthand.
Definitely. So we have a factory tour program. We are currently not running it right now, but on a normal year, and hopefully in concurrent years, we will get back to normal, where we take people through the factory and they get to see the sugar beet process all the way from being sliced all the way to end sugar being put in bags. So they get to see the whole process of how sugar is made. And it's a really, really great tour.
I'm sure it is. I, of course, want to come and take it because I've been learning so much about the whole process. And when I have done some other interviews with some of the other members of your company, just learning about the process, hearing about it, it sounds incredible. But then to see it, I think would be awesome.
It is. And, you know, we've taken, on an average year, we take about 1,200 people through. So our tour season runs from usually September until about the end of February. And in that time frame, we can take a lot of people through the factory at a normal basis. And it's about a 45-minute tour. It's really fun for me. I have some tour guides that help me out, but it's really fun to go, especially when we take some high school kids or even people that have just never experienced how sugar is made, to see it through their eyes. So it's kind of a fresh way to see it every time I take a tour, every time I do a tour, to see what they see. It's pretty incredible.
So it's a 45-minute tour, you said. Now, you guys have 4 different factories. Which factories do you offer the tour at?
So we only do Bay City. Bay City is our largest facility, and so we make the most variety in product there. We make white sugar and powdered sugar and brown sugar. And so that seemed like the obvious choice. It's also right in the middle of town, and so there's a large population there and a lot of people that were really interested in what we were doing. And so we wanted to open up our doors, and Bay City was just the logical choice. It's the largest, and you get to see the most there.
Well, we did talk to Kelly Scheffler, the manager of the Bay City factory, and I loved some of the things he mentioned, the byproducts that factory produces for Michigan Sugar.
Yeah, it's incredible that the amount of what we do and what comes from Michigan Sugar it's a little bit astounding. So along with the tour, we have a brand new welcome and education center that people start out their tour in, and they get to see models of sugar beet seeds and sugar beets, and kind of a correlation of where their sugar comes from in the context of how much goes in the ground, how much comes out, and how much sugar is made from that. So it's really educational, but it's also really fun. People love to see the sugar actually coming out of the centrifugals and being spun from having molasses in it to really pure white sugar. Their eyes light up. It's just really cool.
Well, I can't wait for those to start again. Now, is there any charge for these tours if you want to come and take one?
Nope. So we do group tours. So we've always done group tours for classes. We do a lot of ag tech classes, a lot of leadership groups, political groups we bring through, but then we have public tours. So you can actually go on our website, and under the communities tab, there's a factory tour page that we post dates and times for group tours. And anybody over 18 can just sign up for free, and they show up and get to go on a tour.
That's fantastic. Well, we will look forward to that day when those tours start again. I know I'm going to be first on the list to come and visit you guys in Bay City.
Yeah, we will definitely be posting on Facebook as soon as we are able to go live again and have tours. I mean, it would be great if we could hold some later this winter. We'll just see where things take us.
That's what we're all doing. We're all waiting to see.
Yes.
Well, in addition to the tours, you have a special project you've been working on, but we're going to get to that in just a second. But Elizabeth, how did you get started at Michigan Sugar?
So I kind of fell into it. I was in a different industry for a lot of years, and my love for marketing and communications, I didn't grow up in ag, but I grew up in a small town. And I joined Michigan Sugar back in 2016 and really started to build out our communications efforts from a grower perspective. So I manage our factory tours, but a lot of my job consists of working with our growers and the rest of our agronomy team and making sure that our messaging for our growers is on point, making sure that we're feeding them the information that they're looking for, agronomy wise, just from a cooperative wise, that we're communicating back and forth and that we have a great relationship and that we're helping them as much as we can.
And I think that's such an important part about Michigan Sugar is that for those who don't know, you are a grower owner company and you have over 900 different families that you guys work with. And so you really truly are a team together with your owners who are also growing your product.
Definitely. So I work really closely with our agronomy and research teams, and they're the ones that are giving our growers recommendations for their crop, recommendations for care of the crop, what to put it. I mean, now we're already thinking about next year. So we just harvested this crop and we're already talking about what seed is going to be available for next year and going to help our growers make decisions for their farm and what they put in the ground next year.
That's awesome. Well, from working with the farmers who are actually growing the sugar beets in the ground to, talking about communications and doing the factory tours, you also have started another program, which is super cool, also in beautiful Bay City, the Cream and Sugar Company, which we talked to a few weeks ago about this incredible ice cream store that you guys started there. This is kind of your passion project, right, Elizabeth?
It has. It's been a definite labor of love. So back in, I would say the spring of 2017 is when the concept came up. Mark Flagenheimer actually came up with the concept for the name. And we really wanted a way to bring ag and agriculture and a little bit of education to our community in a fun way. And what's more fun than ice cream? So it took a long time. And through some discussion and work, we partnered up with MMPA, which is Michigan Milk Producers of America. They're a dairy cooperative in Michigan. And then we partnered with Shaheen Development, who has years and expertise in restaurant and retail and food service. They were the logical choice to partner with when we wanted to get into the ice cream business without actually getting into the ice cream business. So we partnered together and they own the business. They own Cream and Sugar. And from an advertising and marketing perspective, we give them thoughts and ideas and a direction. The great thing about Cream and Sugar is it's all small batch, locally sourced ice cream. So they're using cream and butter and ingredients from Michigan, and they're using Pioneer sugar. They're using other local ingredients to create really, really special flavors and a really special, amazing experience for the community. I'm not sure if you've been, you walk in and it's light, it's fun, it's airy. The designs took us a long time to come up with. And for me, it's a really cool experience to have something in your head and then see the final result and it looks like it did in my head. But what's even cooler is to see we've got over 5,000 followers on Facebook and people have joined our fan club. So we have some super fans and they're obsessed with the bubble waffle cones. And to see people sharing that on Facebook and on social media and even walking by the shop and seeing people in there and enjoying ice cream with their family, especially in these times, it's something that they can do that's safe and fun. And to bring that to our community, I think is worth tenfold what we could have imagined.
That's amazing to hear. Well, I have to say those bubble waffle cones look absolutely incredible.
They're really good. They are not great for you, but they are so good. And it is a dessert in itself. It's not just ice cream. It is a full-on dessert.
It's an experience. That's what it looked like to me. I'm like,
absolutely. It definitely is.
Now, Elizabeth, do you have a favorite flavor at Cream and Sugar in their ice cream?
That's tough. So one of my very favorites since the beginning has been Michigan Sugar Cookie. So that's our own inspired flavor. We came up with that as kind of our twist on things. And it's a vanilla ice cream with brown sugar cookies crumbled into it. So they're using multiple different kinds of Pioneer sugar, which we felt was a good note to us. My other favorites are Berry Crisp is one of my very, very favorites. Caramel Macchiato is awesome. And then the pumpkin s'mores that just came out in this October has been one of my new favorites. So I feel like there's always something new to try.
Well, I agree. I mean, it really is an incredible spot and a place that you can experience Michigan sugar as well as other locally owned businesses or manufacturers firsthand, which is the part I love. I love
Yep.
that it's a way to do it, and you said like a fun way, especially for families during this time.
And on our social media, we share some farmer stories. So, I mean, we wanted to bring ice cream to people. We wanted to also bring some educational agriculture. So when you go in the stores, if you notice the napkins, there's a story of cream and the story of sugar and where it's coming from. We recently, as kind of a birthday gift to ourselves, installed our last pieces of artwork on the brick wall. So you can see some really great agricultural artwork on when you walk in. The story of the cooperatives is underneath. And then on our social media, we share some farmer stories. So we go out to farms and talk to our growers and MMPA growers and find out what they do on a daily basis to really bring their story to the public, because a lot of the community does not know what it takes to be a farmer these days.
It's a good point. And these are, I mean, where you guys live over in Bay City and the Thumb area, I mean, these are your neighbors. These are the people that live right next door to you and go to school with your kids and all that stuff.
So when you're going in to support Cream and Sugar, you're also supporting, your neighbors and the people that grow your food. So I think that's really important.
It is. I totally agree with you. Well, if people want to get more information about Cream and Sugar, maybe plan a visit to get a bubble waffle cone. Elizabeth, where do they get information on that?
They can go to our Facebook page. If you look up Cream and Sugar Ice Cream Company, it'll pop right up. And that's the best place to find out current hours and to find out, current specials. They do have, I believe a new flavor is dropping in the next 2 weeks for Christmas season. They'll have a couple new flavors for the holiday season. So they can find all that there.
Perfect information. And if people want to get more information about Michigan Sugar and stay on the lookout for the reopening of the factory tours, where should they go, Elizabeth?
They can check out michigansugar.com or our Facebook page.
That's awesome. Well, Elizabeth Taylor, who's the Ag Relations and Communications Manager at Michigan Sugar, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
If you want to get more information about this series of podcasts, you want to head to Facebook and look up Michigan's Best.